Welcome to this presentation of Williams Athletics.
Flipped over to Teal. Teal along the baseline.
Over the left center field fence, and it's 1-0.
On the Northeast Sports Network.
And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Lansing Chapman Rink on the campus of Williams College in Williamstown, Massachusetts. As today, NSN, the Northeast Sports Network, brings you NESCAC men's hockey. It's the homestanding Ephs of Williams College against their rivals, the Mammoths of Amherst, on the final day of the NESCAC regular season. The Ephs with an opportunity for the second day in a row to wrap up the number one seed in the NESCAC playoffs. Our producer and cameraman is Martin Fillion, and alongside me is Jimmy Delano with the play-by-play call. I'm Keith Harrington, and Jimmy, the Ephs with what could have been a devastating loss last night to Hamilton, 3-2, had Trinity won, but with Trinity getting knocked off 4-1 by Wesleyan, nothing has changed in the last 12 hours.
Exactly. The Ephs have to be very thankful for Wesleyan taking down Trinity last night. We'll keep you guys updated on that game as well. The puck drops for the second Trinity versus Wesleyan game at 3 as well this afternoon.
So the Ephs in the same situation they were at last night. Win, and you're the number one seed. Nothing changed thanks to their little three friend. And here's a giveaway. Karamanis lets it go. The rebound goes wide, kicked away by Ventre. Giancarlo Ventre in goal for Amherst. Carso's going to let one go. By the way, Evan Rushell down at the other end between the pipes for the Ephs today. Cosmo Lazzarino got the call last night. Here's Van Bell firing one wide. The Ephs already, Jimmy, looking like a team on a mission compared to last night.
Yeah, they're showing some urgency here. I think they understand the gravity of today's game. Win and you lock up that number one seed for the NESCAC championship.
Sean Wren skates it down the right wing. It comes out to the point where it's collected by Peter von Steinbergs. Leading scorer for this Amherst team, a guy to keep an eye on today, is Bondra, very famous hockey name, number 18, Nick Bondra, Jr. out of Annapolis, Maryland. Now let's see if the Mammoths can hold it in their own end. Last night, Hamilton, a superb job of not letting the Ephs out of their own end. Puck is dumped in. Going to be picked up there by Forrest. Nice pass there for Wren. Wren plays it for Bondra. Bondra had it poked away. And now the Ephs are going to collect it and bring it into the neutral zone. Pass out to the wing. Picked up there by von Steinbergs. Now it's going to be dumped in where Michael Armstrong will chase it down for the Ephs. Played out into the neutral zone where it's picked up by Gilreath. Gilreath dumped it in. Now it's going to be backhanded along the near side wall where it's going to be picked up by the Ephs. And that is Eckerly who is in the lineup today, replacing Max Fold on that Williams number 3 line, along with Jack Forrest and Will Summers. Pass into the middle by Connor Merrill for Amherst. Puck dumped into the near side corner. Raced down by Detmer. Detmer with the pass for Beniers, goes behind the net where it's picked up by Greg Chrisberg, and Amherst able to clear it out. But a stoppage of play here. 17:33 to go.
It's interesting. There's definitely a different feel than last night's game versus Hamilton. A little bit more of the dump and chase strategy implemented by both teams, whereas last night was a very physical contest.
Von Steensberg behind the net. Driven back in by Pinto, but now racing out of there with it is Von Steenbergs. Shot fired in, saved by Rushell, and he'll cover it. And we'll have the face-off. Little pushing and shoving at the end. Corey Goldstein, number 15, involved there for the Mammoths. But we'll have the face-off coming up here to the right of Evan Rushell. So last night, Cosmo Lazzarino returning from an illness after being away for a while, but Rushell back in the net today. The freshman has pretty much split the games with Lazzarino when Lazzarino's been healthy. Here's a takeaway, hit the post. quick wrister there from Carso, who's had such a great first year here for the East. Pucked up down into the corner, being chased down. Here's Karamanis, plays it off the wall for Nick Van Bell. Out to the point, Wolfenden lets it go, the save by Ventre. Here's Carso, backhands it for Nick Van Bell, plays it into the corner for Nico Karamanis. Karamanis out to the point for McCool. McCool lets it go. Van Bell got a stick on it, but directed it wide. Van Bell had his stick taken out of his hands, and here comes Wren. Wren skates it out in the neutral zone, takes a hard hit right near the Williams bench area. And Jimmy, that's an aspect we did not see from the East last night.
Yeah, that's right. I like the energy that they're bringing early and often here, bringing this game to the Amherst Mammoths.
Puck dumped into the middle. East look to clear. Out through the neutral zone. Nice pass. Here comes Forrest. Lets one go. Off the glove of Ventre. It's going to be picked up by Cooligan and now left for Summers. Summers going to backhand it behind the net for Jack Forrest. Forrest now for Cooligan. Cooligan getting pressured from behind by P.J. Conlon. Here's Summers. Carries it behind the net. Now finds Forrest. Forrest fires it in, blocked by the pad of Ventre. Summers looked to center it, couldn't find an opening. Fires this one in, was Cooligan, and it was once again kicked away by Ventre. Into the corner, Peter Christie digs it out, finds Glover. Glover with the centering pass for Eckerly, just off the mark, and held in here by the East by Tyler Scott after the clear attempt by Greg Chrisberg for the Mammoths. Mammoths on a change. Here's Gilreath, and the hard hit there. The East really going to the body here, as that was Miles Cunningham with the big blow.
Yeah, unfortunately, he wasn't able to get out of the zone after that hit, causing the Eafs to go off sides. But what a start by the Eafs. 5 minutes into this game, already 7 shots on goal. They're really cycling the puck well behind the goal of Ventre early on so far. And it's really allowed them to dominate this game early.
Mitchell Schultz controls the draw for Amherst for Noah Gilreath. Puck goes into the near side corner. And it's going to go all the way down ice on the icing call. So we'll have a face-off coming up in the Williams zone. It'll be to the right, it looks like, of Evan Rushell. On the draw for the Mammoths will be Mitchell Schultz, and they'll control the draw. Out to the point. Shot fired in, goes wide. Goes in behind the net, chasing it down there is Jack Lloyd for the Mammoths. Now here come the East. East in a hurry, on a mission. Altman's shot was deflected in front. Altman gets it back. The backhand try. Beniers was there, tried to poke it home. Now here's Detmer. Detmer behind the net for Bobby Beniers. Sends it out to McCool. Couldn't quite get the stick on it. Now racing the other way with it is Gilreath. Here comes Gilreath across the blue line. Lets it go. The save by Rushell. And we're going to have a penalty coming up behind the play. So the official will skate over, give the call to the scorer's area. And that looks like Dan Wolf, and then it's going to go in the box for the East. So the first power play awarded to the Mammoths here. Face-off will come to the left of Rushell. Matteo Mangiardi on the draw for Amherst.
2 minutes for holding.
So 2 minutes for holding on Wolf, and then the official call. Shot fired in, rebound in front, and still a battle in the crease. Finally, the puck comes out of there. That was close. The shot fired in by Wren.
Yeah, nice composure by Rushell there. Lots of bodies flying around in front of the net, but he's able to stand tough and make the save.
And the East able to clear it down ice. Still just under a minute and a half to go as Ventre comes out and plays it. It's going to be carried up the ice here by Von Steenbergs. Played ahead for Wren. Von Steenbergs. Now Wren. Wren up top to the center point for Von Steenbergs. And the puck's going to be deflected out. And look out for that one, folks, as it goes into the area that doesn't have the netting around it and up into the spectator section.
Well, Keith, this is some nice pressure we're seeing from the Amherst power play, a unit that's only scored on 6% of their power plays this year, which is slightly below average for the NESCAC hockey.
Just under a minute to go in the man advantage for the Mammoths. Here's Gilreath, plays it out to his right for Verkerk. Verkerk had it poked away. Chance to clear here for the Eves. And here comes Beniers, maybe a short-handed attempt. Dumps it off for McCool. Puck still loose in the crease and covered up by Ventre as a short-handed effort there led by Bobby Beniers and Jack McCool.
Yeah, really solid defensive back check by Noah Gilreath, the senior defenseman for the Mammoths, really shutting down McCool's angle and not letting him get a high-quality shot.
34 seconds left in the power play. The face-off just to the right in the face-off circle to Ventre. Puck's going to be dumped in behind. Ventre comes out to play it. 25 seconds left in the power play. Gilreath is going to start it up. He's got Verkerk to his right. And the Eves are going to send it back down. That's just about going to kill off this man advantage. As going back to play it is Gilreath. He's got Verkerk with him. Gilreath will start it up across the blue line. Pass to his right. Chasing it down there was Patrick Daly, but it's going to be cleared down. And out of the box comes Wolfenden, and we're back to equal strength. So Williams will dodge the early bullet here. Nice penalty kill there for the East. Puck goes down into the far side corner. And we're going to have another penalty coming up. The East are going to go right back in the box.
It does. It looks like a cross check against Miles Cunningham. The Amherst player was down, undefensible against the boards, and he came in late with the stick.
So Miles Cunningham will go in the box, and right back on the power play just seconds after they finish the power play will go the Mammoths of Amherst, and we'll have the face-off here to the right of Evan Rushell. Amherst will control the draw, goes out to the left point, now straight across for Von Steenbergs. Here's Wren, back for Von Steenbergs, center point. Wren goes to the short corner, back up top, Von Steenbergs lets it go, goes wide. Chasing it down over there is Greg McGonigal. Here is McGonigal, lets it go. So far, Amherst, a very organized power play here. The Eves haven't had a chance to clear in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. This is an Eves penalty kill that has done well so far this season, stopping, or killing off, I should say, 84% of the penalties that they faced.
And chance to clear here, but McGonigal gets the stick on it at center ice. Leaves it for Wren. Wren with the back pass here. Amherst trying to get organized with still just over a minute left in the power play. Gilreath lets it fly. It was kicked away by Rushell. They go to the short corner here looking for somebody in front. Puck pops up in the air, and it's pulled down and cleared.
Yeah, nice hand-eye coordination by Nico Karamanis there. Snatched the puck out of the air and sent it down the ice.
Gilreath goes back to play it. He has Verkerk with him. Plays it to his left for Bondra. Bondra gets around Jack McCool. Puck goes in behind the net. Here's Verkerk. Now to the top of the point for Gilreath. Back for Verkerk. Good puck movement here with 22 seconds left in the power play by the Mammoths. Verkerk's going to fire kind of a knuckler in there. Gilreath thought about it, fires it to Bondra, who fires it wide. And actually, no, the save there by Rushell. So pretty hard shot at pretty point-blank range there.
Yeah, the Eves are doing a great job blocking the shooting lanes here on the penalty kill, not allowing Amherst to get a quality shot. The Eves have 4 blocks already throughout this the first 10 minutes of the first period.
I think I said it was Bonder. It was actually P.J. Conlon there with that shot. Gilreath lets it go. Once again, deflected away. Final seconds of the power play. East on the verge of back-to-back penalty kills. Gilreath's going to have a desperation shot fired off. And out of the box now comes Miles Cunningham, and we're back at equal strength. 9:27 to go in the period. No score. 2 power plays for Amherst. 2 nice penalty kills for the East thus far. The East really came out flying with a ton of shots early. Here's Jack Forrest. Forrest slides the backhand across. Nobody home. Picked up on the far side corner by Corey Goldstein. East try to hold it in. They do so. Here's Peter Christie. Christie carries it in, and his pass off the mark as he tried to drop it back for Aaron Pinto. Puck plays off the wall. Pinto picks it up. Has pressure from behind by Goldstein. And puck goes up out of play into the netting, and we're going to have a face-off with 8:46 to go in the period. So East really came out strong, but kind of fortunate right now. They've been able to fight off 2 power plays, and still nothing up on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the Eves have to like their chances back in this 5-on-5 situation. They were really dominating the game throughout the first 5 to 7 minutes when there were not a man down. Back to this 5-on-5. Let's see if they can capitalize on that early success.
Yeah,
Try to find the same.
That's a great point, Jimmy, is where Amherst has had their only success really is when they've had the man advantage. And they had it for give or take a few seconds, basically 4 straight minutes there for a while of this period. Puck comes out to the blue line where it's picked up by Chris Berg. Now out to center ice. Wren tries to race onto it for Amherst. Here come the Eves. Here's Bobby Beniers. Beniers pulls back. Beautiful move to create some space. Backhanded try. Ventre with the save. Thought maybe Nick Altman was going to get there on the rebound as well.
Yeah, crafty move by Beniers. Little 360 down at the near circle. Opened up all sorts of space.
Down into the far side corner. Amherst trying to organize. Puck comes out. Eves able to clear. Cleared to center ice. Was picked up by Von Steensberg. But here comes Altman. Altman takes a shot from Chris Berg from behind, but it goes behind the net here for Eckerly. Eckerly had it taken away, and here comes Von Steenbergs. No giveaway here. Here come the Eves. Forrest, or actually Eckerly, had it poked away. And Tyler Scott lets one rip, a one-timer, and he scores. And the East take the 1-0 lead with 7:37 to go in the opening period. Didn't waste any time. Scott just collected that puck, let a one-timer rip, and beat Ventre.
Awesome shot by Tyler Scott. Turned around, saw the puck sitting at the top of the circle, and fired a dart over the right pad of Ventre. Put the Eves off 1-0 here.
Give Eckerly some credit there, too, for keeping that opportunity alive. Giving Scott the chance.
Absolutely. The first year making his impact.
Here's Gilreath. Gilreath plays it over now for McGonigal.
Williams, college goal, score number 27, Tyler Scott. Unassisted on the goal, 12-23.
So officially unassisted on the goal by Scott as he just picked up the loose puck, turned and shot the wrister and was able to beat Ventre. Here's Carso chasing it down in the Williams zone. Carso across the blue line now. Nice move across center ice into the Amherst zone. Dumps it off to his left. Gets knocked into the boards there by Gilreath, and I think a little too aggressively by Gilreath. The Eves are going to go on the power play here. So into the box will go Noah Gilreath. And just what the East wanted, just taking the 1-0 lead and now going on the power play for the first time. A great opportunity for them to put a couple goals of distance between them and the Mammoths.
Absolutely. Let's see if the Eves can take advantage of this situation here. They've scored on 14% of their power play man-up opportunities so far this year.
Nick Scott wins the draw. Summer puts it out to the point for Christie. Now here's Miles Cunningham. Dumps it into the corner for Tyler Scott. Scott had the first goal of the game to give the Eves the 1-0 lead. Here is Scott. Back out to the point for Christie. Now Cunningham. Cunningham, defended by Wren, pokes it down for Summers. Had it poked away by Von Steenbergs. Now up to the point for Christie. Christie lost it. Wren with a chance, puts it out to his right for Joey Lupo. And Amherst with a chance to kill some of that power play right here. Here come the East. They're going to dump it down in, look to get reorganized. Wyatt Glover battling there for the puck, but it's going to be cleared out by Amherst. Russell comes out to play it. He'll leave it for Jack McCool. East will switch up here as the Nick Altman line comes on the ice. Here's Karamanis in front, and the save, the rebound try by Carso. What a play by Ventre.
Wow, amazing save by Ventre there. The puck was just sitting in the crease for Nick Van Bell on the second opportunity.
East really putting the pressure on that time. Karamanis was right in front, shielding the eyesight of Ventre, but just couldn't connect with the back of the net. McCool's shot was knocked down by McGonigal. Back out to the point. Altman lets it go off the glove. The rebound, and able to hold on this time. And here's some extracurricular activities as getting into it with Verkirk, our Karamanis and Altman. But man, the East did everything there but score.
Yeah, that was a pretty impressive sequence by Giancarlo Ventre there. Had a flurry of some pretty impressive saves from point-blank range.
Face-off on the draw is going to be Conlon for Amherst. It was Tyler Scott for the East, though. Control with 18 seconds left on the power play. Shot fired in, deflected off the stick of Von Steenbergs by Wyatt Glover, and it goes up into the netting. It'll be a face-off with 14 seconds to go in the man advantage. 5:04 to go opening period, 1-0. Tyler Scott, the unassisted goal. The difference in this one right now. Here's Christie. Cunningham fires it in wide, and it's going to be cleared down ice by Patrick Daly, and that'll be enough to kill off the penalty for Amherst, but not without lots of excitement and some great goaltending by Giancarlo Ventre. Puck behind the net, picked up by Chris Berg. Chris Berg plays it out to his left. Trying to send it down in was Conlon, but it was gloved by one of the Eafs there. And here comes Williams the other way. Beniers fires one in. It goes up into the netting. And we'll have the face-off coming up here.
Another shot and another save.
Yeah.
That's save number 18 for Ventre already in this first period. All the credit goes to him right now for keeping the Amherst Mammoths in this game.
Off the draw, battle for control. It's going to be picked up by Amherst. That is Evan Lichman. Beniers, though, comes in, takes it away from McGonigal. The shot fired in and gloved. Make that 19 for Ventre. Ventre's had a good game here in the first period. I mean, when I say that, I mean a game's worth of a game in the first period.
Yeah, absolutely. The senior goaltender's had a really solid year so far. He's got a 93% save percentage on the year, giving up on average 2.1 goals a game.
Mammoth will control the face-off. Puck slid through. Nice pass ahead there by Von Steenbergs, but nobody could get to it. He thought that Jack Lloyd was going to be able to pick it up on that pass, but he wasn't able to get there. And it's going to be an icing call as the Eafs outrace Lloyd to the puck.
Yeah, nice hustle by McCool there. Really beating out the Amherst opponent and give the Eafs an offensive zone draw.
4 minutes to go in the period. Once again, the face-off controlled by Amherst. Joey Verkirk had it. Now battle for the puck in the neutral zone. Eafs tap it down in. That was Karamanis, but it's going to be picked up by Von Steenbergs. He's going to leave it for Verkirk. Pulled up now in the corner by Lloyd. Cross ice pass here. Shot fired in. A screen in front, but the save by Evan Rushell. Tough save as he had a Amherst attacker basically pinned to his hip right there.
Yeah, not too many shots for Rushell to turn down tonight so far. It's Amherst's 6th shot of the game, but he's looked strong so far on every opportunity that he's faced, especially against the Amherst 2 power play opportunities.
Maybe he can borrow some from Giancarlo Ventre. He's got plenty to go around here in the opening period. Amherst trying to hold it in here. They had some good success early, but since then, Williams doing a much better job of clearing the zone. This shot, point blank range, fired off as that came off the stick there of Mangiardi. Battle for the puck right in front. East now look to clear. Here comes Beniers. Beniers, a hard shot into the boards on Gilreath. Amherst able to clear. Kaharski goes back to play it for Williams out there with Michael Armstrong. Here comes Armstrong. Going to flip it up into the Amherst zone. Nick Altman comes over to play it. Von Steenberg's there with him. It's going to be backhanded behind the net where it's going to be picked up by Mike Armstrong. Armstrong had the puck poked away, able to collect it. Now back out in the neutral zone. Somebody lost a stick out there. It was Conlon. Puck pinned against the corner here. Tyler Scott with Von Steenbergs with him. Now it goes in behind the net. Nice job to recover it by Wyatt Glover. Taking it away from Bondra. Chris Berg plays it ahead. Pass intercepted in the neutral zone. Here comes Jack Forrest. Forrest looking for the wraparound. Still skating with it. Turns, shoots. Ventre, I think, got a piece of that one as well. That might have been his 20th save. Here's McCool. Again, Ventre is there. It's like the shooting gallery at the county fair right now.
I like the patience by Forrest on that opportunity. He took his time to go around the net and wait for the Eve skaters to come off the bench, his fellow line mates, to create a couple of good scoring chances there.
Minute 22 to go in the period, 1-0 Williams. Giancarlo Ventre, outstanding so far here. Over 20 saves, I believe, at this point. About 20, 21 maybe?
21.
Here comes Bondra. Bondra tries to work around Wolfenden. Bondra collects it in the corner. Comes out for Gilreath. Gilreath with some heavy pressure. Cross ice pass goes off the boards where it's picked up by Jack McCool. McCool tried to find Karamanis, but Gilreath was there. He'll dump it down in where McCool will pick it up for the East. Out across the neutral zone. Was cleared out by McGonigal. Here's Christie, 40 seconds to go in the period. Christie plays it ahead. Going to be dumped down in. Stolen away. Here comes Amherst. It's a 2-on-2, but stood up at the blue line. Shot fired in, it's blocked by Gilreath. Great job there. It was Miles Cunningham, by the way, who stood up the attacker from Amherst right at the blue line. Puck plays around the boards. 11 seconds left in the period. Here's Detmer. Detmer's going to backhand it to the corner. It's going to be picked up by Gilreath. And then skating around and killing out the clock will be Mitchell Schultz for Amherst. And that's going to do it for the first period here at Lansing Chapman Rink. But a solid first period it was for the Eves of Williams College. They pepper the net, forcing over 20 saves by the Amherst goaltender Giancarlo Ventre, and they get one to go on the wrister off the turnover from Tyler Scott, and Williams with the 1-0 lead. But despite the peppering of the net, only 1-0 because of Giancarlo Ventre.
Yeah, absolutely. Amherst has to feel good only being down 1 after that first period. And all the credit goes to the senior goaltender, Giancarlo Ventre. 21 saves on the Eves' 22 first period shots. A lot of offensive opportunities for the Eves, and let's see if the Mammoths can respond to that pressure coming up here in the second.
So nice job bouncing back after a loss last night by Williams. A win today, they'll be the #1 seed in the NESCAC hockey tournament. So right now, as we go to the first intermission, our score, Williams 1, Amherst nothing. This is NESCAC Men's Hockey on the Northeast Sports Network.
A great thing about Williams is that you are encouraged to take
People
things
here
out of
are
your
just
comfort
really
zone.
willing to support each other.
Faculty's the best part of the school.
I just totally just fell in
It
love
always
with the
feels
place.
like I'm learning and living at the same
deep,
time.
deep moments of I need to be here.
People were so friendly, and I was like, I think this is amazing.
Why am I here, or what made me want to come to Williams?
You can't capture it in words, but there's just something about being here that's so special.
Williams is a really interesting mix of different people and personalities and stories.
It's so beautiful here. Everybody is very connected.
It feels very tight-knit.
People here are really passionate about learning and very curious, but they're also willing to help each other and collaborate.
I love being at a small school because of a sense of community.
I kind of knew I wanted to come to a liberal arts college, so this seemed like a perfect
You can be in a
fit.
philosophy class and an art class and then a math class, and like all these different things that intersect.
Most of my classes are really small, and I like being in small classes.
Professors here really care about students.
I wanted to be in a rigorous environment where people were really asking interesting questions and doing interesting things.
I see the mountains every time I wake up and leave my door.
It's a pretty magical place.
I wanted seasons. I wanted the leaves to change. I wanted snow. Once I got snow, I was like, I don't know if I want it anymore.
There's always something happening on campus.
I think I've learned a lot about myself as a leader.
Being in an ecosystem of people that are so highly
Those
driven.
moments where you have to take a step back because it's challenging are the most interesting and
It's
the most
so hard to describe.
I learned about independence.
I can do a lot more than I thought I could.
Learned that I am capable of being somebody I never thought I could be.
Incredibly inspiring.
Develop those
love seeing
passions.
each other excel in the classroom.
Just the feel of Williams was a big factor in me coming here, and I think part of that is just a beautiful setting.
It feels like I'm coming home.
Hi, I'm Stephen Morrissey. I'm a senior on the Williams College men's ice hockey team from Arlington, Virginia. I'm a political science and history major. When I first came to Williams, it was I was on a recruiting visit, and I got to come see a hockey game, and we got a tour with a member of the team, and we talked to Dave Pilichowski, our student advisor, and it was immediate. I knew as soon as I got to campus that this is where I want to be, and I knew it was a great decision. This is home base right here. This is the crease. You're the only one allowed in it, which not always the case, but you got to make sure to stay tough, and if not, then the other guys will help you out. But yeah, this is your home. As a goalie, you're the only one who really who gets such a good view of the ice. Everyone else is always moving around, so it's important that even though you're not doing the same thing as everyone else, you're always talking, always making sure that people know where they're supposed to go, and if guys aren't where they're supposed to be, if you didn't tell them, well, then that's your fault. It can get pretty hectic out here. Sheet looks pretty big, but when you got 10 guys on the ice and full equipment, it can get pretty crowded, and there are a lot of times when it can be a little difficult to see the puck, but that's why you got to make sure your guys are moving other guys out of the way, always making sure that you have a good view of it, because you can't really stop what you can't see. Growing up in Northern Virginia, hockey isn't exactly a hotbed sport there, but for some reason my dad used to take me to a lot of Washington Capitals games, and I would go and sit in the nosebleeds with him, and I would look down at the guy in the crease wearing the weird equipment, and for some reason, I don't know what it was, but I thought that's what I want to do. So I started playing goalie full time by the time I was around 8 years old, and haven't looked back since. So as a political science and history major here, I really wasn't sure where I was leaning when I first got to school, but Williams gives you a great opportunity to take a lot of different classes, figure out what you like, what you don't like, and really helps you to formulate a trajectory academically that suits you best. And I added a history major. I was originally a political science major, added history major last spring, so even late into the process, and it's been easy to fulfill my requirements. And next year, my plan, I'm going to take a year off from school, take a gap year, and start preparing my applications and taking tests for law school admission. Last summer, I worked at Story Partners, a communications firm based in Washington, D.C. Story works with clients to help them develop strategies to get the issues that are important to them in front of influential decision makers in Washington. That ends up being a lot of politicians, and that was really the part of the industry I was most interested in. One of my favorite parts of being a member of the Williams hockey team is the work we do with Zach Hiller. He came to us through Team Impact before I got here, and he's been the biggest Williams hockey fan ever since. His parents have us over for dinner all the time. He comes out and skates with us after practice. We actually, for Christmas, one of our assistant coaches, Dana Borges, found a way to get him a sled to play sled hockey. So we unwrapped the present in the locker room, and we came out here, and he started zipping around, and it was just one of the coolest things ever. I was so happy to see it. And it's been so rewarding. He helps us out more than we help him, I think. It's impossible to have a bad day and become the rink and see cheap. At Williams, there have been a lot of professors that have had a really big impact on me and my education. I'd say one that's really stood out, though, has been Professor Charles Dew, the history department. He's a Williams grad, class of 1958, I believe, and I've taken 2 classes with him. I'm signed up for my 3rd in the spring, and whether he's teaching class or just talking to the students before or after class, it's unbelievable listening to him talk. No one knows. I've never had a professor who knows more about his subject and is able to convey it to a bunch of undergrads, and it's been great to learn from him. And it's something that you can only really experience at a place like Williams.
Hi, I'm Sam Gray. I'm a senior on the men's ice hockey team here at Williams. I'm from London, Ontario, and I'm an economics and psychology double major. I decided to double major in economics and psychology. Most of my studies here have been involved in things like human decision making, which I find really fascinating, and I think they're really applicable to the future careers that I'm interested in. I spent my entire junior year, both semesters, as a teaching assistant for a psychology class called Psych Stats. You know, it's one of the things that I really love about Williams. It's probably an experience I wouldn't have gotten to have at a lot of other schools, and it was really fun. Last year was an unbelievable experience. Being a part of the first Williams ice hockey team to make the NCAA tournament was something really special. Especially winning that first game in front of the biggest crowd we've had since I've been here. You know, it's one of the favorite memories I have being at Williams. At the same time, I think our team this year is trying to move past it and not dwell on it. You know, we want to get back there, and I think one of the big things we're focusing on is not dwelling too much on what we did last year, but trying to focus on what we can do this year to keep getting better. I think one of the great things about the men's ice hockey team here at Williams is we really try to do some stuff where we give back to the community. We had a big Movember game where we raised a ton of money for prostate cancer research, and we also are involved in some other things. For example, me and David Italiano right now are teaching one of the political science profs at our school's kids how to skate. So that's been a really fun way to spend, you know, an hour or two every week just getting out here and working with them. Luckily for me, I actually have confirmed that I'm going to be working in New York next year for a management consulting company called A.T. Kearney. Which is really exciting. There's you know, a ton of other Williams hockey alums there that I'm still really close with, so to be able to see them probably on a pretty regular basis. I think the biggest thing I'll probably take away from my time here at Williams is just the connections and friendships I've made. You know, I've learned a lot about how to be a really good leader from some of the older guys who I still talk to today, and you know, they've really taught me a lot about myself and what it means to be a good teammate and a good friend. And I think there are things that I'll carry with me into my professional career.
And welcome back to Lansing Chapman Rink here in Williamstown. 1-0 Williams as we complete the first intermission. And the East right now in a good position to get that #1 seed for the NESCAC playoffs. Trinity leading 1-0. Jimmy just popped it up here. So if Trinity wins and the East lose, then they've got a problem. But as long as they stay ahead in this one, Jimmy, they're in fine shape.
That's right. It looks to be like they're in a pretty good position so far in this game. Like we just mentioned, Trinity is leading Wesleyan 1-0 at the end of the first period. But yeah, we're looking forward to a good second period action. Let's see if the Eves can continue that offensive pressure where they really derived a lot of their success throughout this first period from.
And our colleague John Lawrence, taking a break here from the NESCAC Swim Championships, was just up here visiting with us. And so glad to see John. And he really put it perfectly as he said the Eves were gifted a little present last night by Wesleyan.
Yeah, I think so. like we mentioned before, or at the start of the broadcast, the Eefs have control of their own destiny in this game. Win and they clinch that #1 seed and the right to host all the home games for the NESCAC Championship Tournament.
Of course, with the loss last night to Hamilton 3-2, had Trinity been able to beat Wesleyan, they wouldn't have controlled their destiny coming into today. They would have had to win and hope for a Trinity loss, but that got taken away by Wesleyan last night.
Absolutely, and still this is a very big game for the Amherst Mammoths as well. They come into this game 7-7-3 in the NESCAC, currently in a 3-way tie for 4th place. So coming out of that group with the 4th seed would give them the right to host one home game as well.
And I think, Wesleyan sounds like they might be that team nobody wants to match up with in the playoffs, that team that's a little further down in the standings but could be very dangerous.
Absolutely.
So we're underway here in the second period. The Eefs with the 1-0 lead. Puck's going to be dumped in behind the net. Russell comes out to play it. There's Peter Christie. And the puck cleared out of the zone. Going back to play it is McGonigal. Out to center ice for Cunningham. And now here's Christie. Christie plays it ahead for Carso. Got underneath his stick. Going to be collected in the Amherst zone by the Mammoths. Shot fired in. Russell to save. Bounced off of him. And then he's going to take his stick and pull it right in, as it was P.J. Conlon rifling off the shot for Amherst.
Yeah, only the 7th shot of this afternoon for the Amherst Mammoths, but a nice save by Russell. And a really good job of gobbling up that rebound to not give the Mammoths a second opportunity.
Face off in the Williams end is going to be collected by the Eefs. Here's McCool. Plays it out to Cooligan. Cooligan slides one around. Goes around the boards. Going to be collected by Amherst. Amherst got to be one of their goals to get more shots at the net here in the period. Once again, making a strong run there was Conlon. Here comes Summers, I should say, out to the neutral zone. They're going to be picked up there by Amherst. Backhanded try, kicked away by Russell. Shot fired right back in, kicked away again by Russell. So once again, you can see Amherst, they must have talked about in between periods, they've got to get more shots on the net.
Yeah, absolutely. They're coming out the second period flying, taking it to the Eefs and picking up a couple of really high-quality scoring chances so far.
Patrick Daly's had a pair of real good shots. He just had that shot right there. Going to be cleared out to the neutral zone. Bondra plays it off the wall. Actually, it looks like it might have been 10. Jack Lloyd, not 18. Sometimes with the black on purple, difficult to pick up those numbers. Shot deflected in front. Did not make it to the netting. Stays in play. Picked up in the corner by Schultz. Schultz being pressured by Wolfenden. Out to the point now. Shot deflected as it was passed out to the point by Connor Merrill. Here's McCool. Plays it around for Summers. Amherst going to hold it in, though. In front. And once again, a save by Russell is right in front there was Christian Powers with a good opportunity. Not the same Amherst Mammoths we saw in the first period, is it, Jimmy?
No, the Eefs are on their heels to start this second period. I think Russell got a little bit of an assist there from his right goal post on that doorstep shot by the Mammoths. Not exactly sure who it was.
It was Christian Powers. Face-off in the Williams zone is going to come to the right of Evan Russell. And a timeout. And that might be called by Coach Kangas as he wants to not let this get any further. Yeah, it is by Williams.
Absolutely. I like this timeout here by Coach Kangas. The Eef skaters unable to win the race there for the icing, and they've been trapped on that shift for a couple minutes now.
So I think a well-timed timeout by Coach Kangas as the momentum looked like it is shifting here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it serves to give the Eef skaters a little bit of rest, but also really trying to stifle the Amherst Mammoths momentum that they've brought into the second period so far. They've come out flying, bringing those shots to the Eefs.
So now after the timeout, we'll have the face-off to the right of Evan Russell. On the draw, Tyler Scott for the Eefs with Michael Pitts there for Amherst. Pitts will control. Kaharski tried to poke it away from him, but here's Pitts. Pitts puts on the brakes. Kaharski, a nice job keeping him under wraps. The shot fired in. It's off the stick of Russell and up into the netting. We'll have a face-off here in the Williams zone.
Yeah, and finally these Eve skaters are going to get a chance to get off the ice, get some fresh legs.
So once again, the face-off will come to the right of Russell. Nick Van Bell on the face-off for Williams against Joey Lupo. And it's controlled by the Eves. Eves with an opportunity here to clear. Here's Armstrong. Armstrong plays it out, takes a hard hit by Wren. Chasing it down is Von Steenbergs for the Mammoths. Here come the Mammoths across the blue line into the Williams zone. Kaharski goes to the body to stop Wren. Now the puck behind the net. Lupo tries to dig it out of there. Gets a little help there from Wren, and now here's Kaharski. Kaharski tries to clear it out. Does so. Here comes Karamanis. Karamanis a 2-on-1. He shoots and scores. Had Carso with him. Decided to pass it up, and the East take a 2-0 lead. Nico Karamanis was on a mission as soon as he picked up that puck. Had a 2-on-1 opportunity. Decided to take it himself and beats Giancarlo Ventre.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Karamanis' 12th goal of the season so far. A really nice indirect pass by Kuharski out of the zone. He took a really big hit as he chipped the puck past the Mammoth defender to set up Karamanis in the open ice.
Sometimes hockey can be an unforgiving game. As you know, the Mammoths did everything they could here. Just came out flying around, putting pressure on Russell. Completely different team here to start the second period. East get one opportunity. Nico Karamanis cashes it in. So now a 2-0 lead here. Nearly 4 minutes into the period. Behind the net. Here's Daly. And Amherst comes back and scores on the deflection. Might have been Bondra that got it. The shot fired in from the point. I was pausing so you could hear the call of the goals and the assists as we normally do, and Bondra gets the deflection right in front, and the son of the great Peter Bondra has cut the lead in half.
Yeah, I believe it was Bondra. A lot of bodies in front of Russell there, and it appeared as though Bondra was able to tip that puck after the shot on the point. Tough for Russell to find the puck through all the bodies there, and the Mammoths respond very quickly.
Well, the Mammoths had really been dominating this period. As I said, sometimes it can be a cruel game as they're saying Patrick Daly. It looked to me like it was definitely Bondra. And Bondra was the first one to go through the line, slapping the hands over on the bench area. So I'm going to stick with Bondra. Because, last night we saw a little discrepancies in the scoring. We'll see if that gets changed on the official stats, but they've given it to this point to Patrick Daly. Officially. Unofficially, I think it was Nick Bondra. Wolfenden fires one in front. The rebound by Carso. Amherst with a chance to clear here. Here's Summers, actually McCool. McCool plays it out for Glover. Glover out across the blue line. Nice stick work there. Had it poked away by Michael Pitts. Dumped down in. And we're going to have the icing call here. Smacked down in off the wall. Dumped down in is being a little bit gracious about it. 2-1 lead for the East. 14:36 to go, second period. Nico Karamanis gave the East the 2-0 lead. Amherst comes right back. And officially, as we said, the goal given to Patrick Daly, but certainly looked like it was Bondra that was there on the doorstep to put that one home. And we usually go by who goes first through the line, slapping hands, and that was definitely Nick Bondra. And the East come right back and score. Big goal for the East. Just what the doctor ordered to take the 3-1 lead. A great response to the goal from Amherst.
Looks like it's Tyler Scott with his second of the night. and 11th on his season so far. Scooped up that puck that was sitting at the top of the slot and backhanded it over the glove side of Giancarlo Ventry.
That's a huge goal with 14-14 to go. Just when Amherst had come back to cut the lead in half, Williams responds nicely. 3-1, by the way, was the final score of the previous meeting over at Amherst between these two teams. Waiting for the official announcement here.
I believe they ruled a hand pass by the Mammoths there. So the puck will be dropped to the right of Ventry.
It looked like they were trying, though, to get one of the officials to come over. Maybe the scorer's box wasn't given the official. Do they have it up on the live stats? Here we go. So Michael Armstrong with the assist. So the East with a goal from Scott, assisted by Armstrong. And that could not have been more perfectly timed as far as needing it for Williams. I mean, had that 2-0 lead, looked like in great shape. Amherst comes back, cuts it to 2-1. So really big goal right there by Tyler Scott.
Absolutely. Only 2 shots for this period for the East so far, but both have been able to find the back of the net.
Von Steenbergs controlled it at the blue line there for Amherst. This is Von Steenbergs. East a little more pep in their step now after getting that 3-1 advantage too, I think, after being a little bit on their the heels of their skates here to start the period. Bondra put it in front. Here's Daly. Wanted to get it across to Bondra, but Wolfenden was there. Poked back out to the blue line, held in. Shot fired in, a pass fired in behind the net. Daly picks it up, backhands it for Bondra. Now the puck pinned up against the glass, right in front of us. Kaharski able to swipe it out of there. On the far side corner, Schultz was there. Here's Schultz, wraparound attempt off the backhand. Couldn't get the shot fired off. Schultz really just had to try to flip one up and try to beat Russell there. Was not able to do so. Benier is going to be taken down here. Going to the box is going to be Von Steensberg.
And to the bench goes Russell.
Yep, for the extra skater, but it's going to be touched up here. And the East are going to go on the power play with 12:17 to go in the period and a 3-1 lead.
Quite a little flurry there over the last 2 minutes. 3 goals in a 2-minute stretch there for both teams, and all of a sudden the East have an opportunity here to really put the pedal to the metal and take advantage of this man-up opportunity. Their second power play opportunity of the night.
So Peter Von Steenbergs goes into the box. Eves go on the power play. So 2 minutes for tripping. Here comes Wren. Wren into the corner. Altman goes to the body on him. Dug out there by McCool. McGonigal goes cross ice. Amherst doing a good job here, being able to take some time off the clock on this power play. McCool gets his stick up, blocks that pass in the neutral zone. Still getting pressure from Lupo. Here comes McCool. McCool skates it into the Amherst zone. Comes in, had it poked away before he shot it. But it's going to be picked up and held in by Karamanis. Eves will look to organize here. Here's Carso. Now to the short corner for Karamanis. Into the near side corner. Amherst will clear it out here. Skated out through the neutral zone. This is Gilreath, and Gilreath fanned on the shot. Here's McCool. Plays it ahead. Just coming off the bench was Summers. Summers across the blue line. Summers skates one in. Gets poked away. Miles Cunningham jumps on. Here's Peter Christie. Christie for Cunningham. 30 seconds left in the man advantage. Summers fires one off. The save by Ventre. 20 seconds left in the power play. Out to play it is Russell. Amherst will change up, get some fresh legs out there. Here's Glover. Glover collides with Bondra. And we're going to be back at even strength.
Yeah, this is an Amherst penalty killing unit that has killed 95% of penalties that they faced this year. Just pretty impressive. And they're going to kill another one here, the second for the Eafs tonight.
Shot fired in, wide by Pitts. Here's Pitts again, tried to center it, trying to get it there to Goldstein. Now here come the Eafs. Glover is going to fire this one down in, up over the top of Ventre. We're just over halfway through the period. 3-1 Williams. Here's Forrest. Pitts was trying to chase him down. He leaves it for Connor Kaharski. Kaharski passes ahead for Beniers. Goes down into the corner for Cooligan. Back there with him is Von Steenbergs. Here's Kaharski. McGonigal fires one. The save by Russell. Kaharski behind the net. Nice aggressive play there by Wren. Good work by Wren to disrupt that. Here is Wren. Lets one go. Russell the save. Here's Forrest. East looking to clear. And Beniers will do so. And it deflects off the stick of Cooligan. And out of play. So we'll have a face-off coming up here with 8:55 to go in the period.
Can definitely see that both teams are starting to recognize this as a critical point in the game, and the level of physicality and a little bit of chippiness has started to pick up here in the last few minutes. Saw Kuharski battling down here in the near side corner for his entire shift there.
Here's Wolfenden. Wolfenden's going to send it down right in on Ventre. He's going to play it off for Gilreath. And here comes Amherst out across center ice. Cross ice pass there from Conlon was intercepted by the Eafs. Here comes Nick Van Bell, lets one go, and smothering it is Giancarlo Ventre. 8:31 to go in the period, 3-1 Williams. They led 1-0 after the first if you're just joining us, and then the Eafs took the 2-0 lead on the goal by Nico Karamanis. Amherst came back and got the goal that is being ruled as a goal by Patrick Daly to make it 2-1, but then the Eafs come back. Tyler Scott gets his second of the game to give it a 2-goal lead back to Williams. Shot fired off there by Merrill, saved by Russell. Here come the Eafs. Here comes Tyler Scott. Scott lets it go. The rebound. Eckerly was there. Cleared away by Amherst. Coming up on 8 minutes to play in the period. Penalty coming up here. Nice stick work there to come out of the neutral zone with it. Penalty still coming up. It's finally going to be touched up by the Eafs. And so Amherst is going to go on the power play here. Getting driven to the boards hard and not liking it much right there was Jack Lloyd. The officials come over and intervene.
Looks like it's going to be a slashing call against Wyatt Glover.
So this is big for the Mammoths, a chance to cut the lead down to 1 goal again here with 7:50 to go in the period. Out to the point for McGonigal. Shot fired in, the save by Russell.
Yeah, nice save through traffic there by Russell. This is Amherst's third man-up advantage so far this game. They were unsuccessful in their first 2 opportunities, but let's see if they can take advantage here and get back into this game.
McGonigal now Von Steenbergs. Von Steenbergs. Wren. Here's Wren back out for McGonigal. Actually, Von Steenbergs now back for McGonigal. They go back and forth out there at the point. Here's Wren. His shot deflected in front by Michael Armstrong. Close range shot, they score. And that's going to be Matteo Mangiardi, I should say. And it's 3-2, a big power play goal from Mangiardi.
Yeah, that was a really crafty move by Mangiardi. A little toe drag around the East defender gave him a point-blank shot where he was able to elevate the puck over Russell's glove side.
So the power play, Amherst takes advantage. It's now a one-goal game once again. Can the East respond another time? That's going to be the key in the next 7 minutes here. Shot fired in, goes wide. McGonigal with the assist on the goal by Mangiardi. So now the whole complexion of this game has changed again, and it has many times. It's been an emotional roller coaster here, Jimmy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's fair to say that the Amherst Mammoths have really brought it to the East this second period. They're still down by 1, but they've taken advantage this second period by really putting the pucks on net. In the second period, they're leading in the shots department 10-5.
Puck's going to be dumped in. There'll be an icing call here. So we'll have a face-off in the Amherst zone. It's going to be to the left of Giancarlo Ventre. 6:10 to go in the period. 3-2. It was 1-0 Williams after the first period. They went up 2-0 on the Nico Karamanis goal. Shot, hit the post. Eve's trying to get that 2-goal lead back. They almost had it. Shot fired in there by Karamanis, who was looking for his second. Tyler Scott already has 2. Here's Pinto. Pinto skates it out into the neutral zone. Karamanis pulls that one out of the air, lets one go, lets it go wide. Carso tries to chase it down. Now played around the boards. Karamanis. Carso. Played it now behind the board. He dumped it off there for Wyatt Glover for a bit. Coming down on 5 minutes to go in the period. Back to a 1-goal game. A huge power play goal for Amherst. And here come the Mammoths. Nice pass. Giving it back. Played off the back of the net there. And now dumped out by Karamanis. Going to be collected, though, in the neutral zone by Verkirk. Here's Cunningham. Cunningham passes ahead to Nick Van Bell. Van Bell skating in. Had it poked away. Now dumps it behind the boards. Here comes Amherst. They're going to play it down and off the boards behind Russell. Collected there by Armstrong. Being pressed up against the board by Connor Merrill. And now Kaharski with a chance to clear, but it's going to be picked up at center ice by Amherst. Mammoths were on the change. Wren comes skating out of the box, picks it up. Been a very effective line, that Mangiardi-Wren group out there for Amherst. Big change here for the East. Wolfenden passes along the boards. Looks like McGonigal back there for Amherst. Mangiardi plays it for Wren on the cross-ice pass. Here's Wren. Had it taken off his stick by Wolfenden. Beniers now skates it out. Off to his right for Detmer. Detmer lets it go, and it's going to be gloved by Ventre.
Save number 26 for Giancarlo Ventre tonight. Most of those shots coming in the first period, but still, Eefs have tested him pretty thoroughly so far throughout this game.
Off the face-off, it's going to be controlled by the Eefs. Behind the net, here's Summers. Summers being pressured by Gilreath. In front, in the crease, battle for it. Forrest turns, lets one go. McCool takes a swipe at it. Finally cleared out. Wolfenden goes back to play it. Wolfenden starts it up. Got the challenge there from Bondra. Out through the neutral zone, chasing it down is going to be Peter Christie. Christie put into the boards by Daly, who had the first goal, evidently, for Amherst. Shot fired in, up over the top, might have gotten the stick on it. Russell going to be held in here by Gilreath. And now poked away. Here comes Carso, but he got together with one of the Amherst players. That was Pitts. Shot fired in, still loose, collected by Carso. Here comes the first year with a head of steam across center ice, across the blue line into the Amherst zone. Plays it off the board behind the net. East were changing up there. Here come the Mammoths with 2:22 to play in the period. Trying to get even here before the end of the period. They're going to dump down a, well, I guess you consider it a shot because it had to be played by Russell, right, with the glove, and he's going to leave it by Christie. Not the most forceful shot I've ever seen in my days of watching hockey. Here's Karamanis. Karamanis backhand in front, rebound. Van Bell was there. Nice job again by Ventre.
Oh, great save by Ventre there. Van Bell saw the puck appear on his stick right at the top of the crease. Golden opportunity, but a very nice save.
Here comes Amherst. This is Schultz. Schultz has it poked away there by Armstrong. Schultz digs hard, gets it back, but it lands on the stick of Wyatt Glover. Here comes Karamanis. He's got Kaharski with him. He's going to be knocked off the puck. Couldn't quite see what happened down in the near side corner. Just saw bodies flying, and here comes Amherst the other way. But here's Wolfenden. Wolfenden in the Williams zone, skates across the blue line, makes the pass for Scott. Now drop back for Kaharski. It's going to go down behind the net. Gilreath is there for Amherst. McCool. Here comes Wren. And Wolfenden with a hit on Wren. The shot fired in. It's going to be covered up by Russell with 1:03 to go in the period. And it looks like Wolfenden's going to go in the box. I didn't see the one official, but the official behind the play must have put the hand up. I was waiting to see the call. Didn't see it, but the other official behind the play, the other referee behind the play makes the call.
Yeah, it appears to be a tripping call against Dan Wolfenden. This is going to be the fourth power play opportunity this game for the Mammoths. They converted on their last one with the goal by Mangiardi. This is a really big opportunity for them to possibly tie this game. A minute to go, though, in the second.
East control the faceoff and quickly clear it to the other end where it's going to be played by Ventre. He's going to leave it for Von Steenbergs, who brings it up into the neutral zone. He'll drop it back. And carrying the puck in will be Joey Lupo. Here's Mangiardi. Nice pass ahead for Lupo. Lupo trying to collect the puck and get a shot off. Now plays it back to the point for McGonigal. Shot fired in, deflected in front. Here's Lupo. Lupo, nice little back and forth exchange there with Mangiardi. Out to the point for McGonigal. Lets it go, and gloved by Russell. It might have almost been behind him when he gloved that thing. What a play by Russell.
It almost looked like Russell saved that in between his arm and his chest there.
Oh, yeah.
He was spinning around.
Still trying to find it.
A little bit of laundry work over here.
There it is. It popped out finally.
It's got to be a little bit of a spooky moment as a goaltender. 15 seconds to go here.
I did that to my mother playing wiffle ball in the backyard when I was like 10 years old. Hit a line drive back at her. We're still looking for it 40 years later. Same type of thing. Final seconds of the period. Shot fired in off the mark. And that's going to do it for period number 2. There'll be 57 seconds left of the power play when the third period begins. But for right now, the East with a 3-2 lead. But we saw the Mammoths really come out, Jimmy, and pick up the pace to start the the second period, excuse me, but it didn't really pay off because the East got the first goal of the period.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, we're sort of right back where we were after the end of the first period. The East with the 1-goal advantage, but all sorts of action in the second period. 4 goals combined by the two teams there. The East will go into the third again with a 1-goal lead.
So 3-2 Williams as we head to the second intermission, and big third period coming up. The East looking to hang on. Let's check that score real quick before we break away. Still 1-0 Trinity over Wesleyan. So as we go to the second intermission, it is Williams 3 and Amherst 2. We'll be back in just a little bit. This is NESCAC Men's Hockey on the Northeast Sports Network.
A great thing about Williams is that you're encouraged to take
People
things
here
out of
are
your
just
comfort
really
zone.
willing to support each other.
Faculty's the best part of the school.
I just totally just fell in
It
love
always
with the
feels
place.
like I'm learning and living at the same time.
Deep moments of I need to be here.
People were so friendly, and I was like, I think this is amazing.
Why am I here, or what made me want to come to Williams?
You can't capture it in words, but there's just something about being here that's so special.
Williams is a really interesting mix of different people and personalities and stories.
It's so beautiful here. Everybody is very connected.
It feels very tight-knit.
People here are really passionate about learning and very curious, but they're also willing to help each other and collaborate.
I love being at a small school because of a sense of community.
I kind of knew I wanted to come to a liberal arts college, so this seemed like a
You
perfect
can be in a
fit.
philosophy class and an art class and then a math class, like all these different things that intersect.
Most of my classes are really small, and I like being in small classes.
Professors here really care about students. I wanted to be in a rigorous environment where people were really asking interesting questions and doing interesting things.
I see the mountains every time I wake up and leave my door.
It's a pretty magical place.
I wanted seasons. I wanted the leaves to change. I wanted snow. Once I got snow, I was like, I don't know if I want it anymore.
There's always something happening on campus.
I think I've learned a lot about myself as a leader.
Being in an ecosystem of people that are so highly
Those moments where you have to take a step back because it's challenging are the most interesting. And
It's
the most
so hard to describe.
I learned about independence.
I can do a lot more than I thought I could.
Learned that I am capable of being somebody I never thought I could
Incredibly
be.
inspiring.
Develop those
Love
passions.
seeing each other excel in the classroom.
Just the feel of Williams was a big factor in me coming here, and I think part of that is just a beautiful setting.
It feels like I'm coming home.
Hi, I'm Sam Gray. I'm a senior on the men's ice hockey team here at Williams. I'm from London, Ontario, and I'm an economics and psychology double major. I decided to double major in economics and psychology. Most of my studies here have been involved in things like human decision making, which I find really fascinating, and I think they're really applicable to the future careers that I'm interested in. I spent my entire junior year, both semesters, as a teaching assistant for a psychology class called Psych Stats. You know, it's one of the things that I really love about Williams. It's probably an experience I wouldn't have gotten to have at a lot of other schools, and it was really fun. Last year was an unbelievable experience. Being a part of the first Williams ice hockey team to make the NCAA tournament was something really special. Especially winning that first game in front of the biggest crowd we've had since I've been here. You know, it's one of the favorite memories I have being at Williams. At the same time, I think our team this year is trying to move past it and not dwell on it. You know, we want to get back there, and I think one of the big things we're focusing on is not dwelling too much on what we did last year, but trying to focus on what we can do this year to keep getting better. I think one of the great things about the men's ice hockey team here at Williams is we really try to do some stuff where we give back to the community. we had a big Movember game where we raised a ton of money for prostate cancer research. And we also are involved in some other things. For example, me and David Italiano right now are teaching one of the political science profs at our school's kids how to skate. So that's been a really fun way to spend, an hour or two every week just getting out here and working with them. Luckily for me, I actually have confirmed that I'm going to be working in New York next year for a management consulting company called A.T. Kearney, which is really exciting. There's, a ton of other Williams hockey alums there that I'm still really close with, so to be able to see them probably on a pretty regular basis. I think the biggest thing I'll probably take away from my time here at Williams is just the connections and friendships I've made. I've learned a lot about how to be a really good leader from some of the older guys who I still talk to today. And, they've really taught me a lot about myself and what it means to be a good teammate and a good friend. And I think there are things that I'll carry with me into my professional career.
Welcome back to Lansing Chapman Rink. We get ready to go with the third period. Second intermission is over. Keith Harrington, Jimmy Delano, and we've got a great one going here. The East, 20 minutes away from wrapping up the number 1 seed in the NESCAC playoffs, but every time they seem to get a little daylight between themselves and Amherst, the Mammoths come up with a big goal.
Yeah, they've been chomping on the East heels this entire game. And it looks like the East aren't going to get any help from Trinity. Look across the NESCAC. The Trinity Bantams are up 2-0 over Wesleyan. They're also about to start the third period.
So it comes down to pretty much East win, they're the number 1 seed. East lose, Trinity would be the number 1 seed. So here's an interesting point we would have to look at is what happens if this game ends up tied. So the East would go to 12-5-1. Trinity, if they hang on and win, would be 12-5-1. So I would imagine we go to head-to-head, which the Bantams swept the season series. So the East cannot lose, cannot tie. If that Trinity score holds up, they've got to win this to be the top seed. So underway here in the third period. Here's Von Steenbergs, skates it across center ice, drops it off for McGonigal. Still a power play here for 37 seconds. Von Steensberg. Wren pokes it down in the corner. Up top, Von Steenberg's shot saved by Russell. They try to clear it out. Gets over the head of McGonigal. He chases it down, finds Von Steenberg's. 20 seconds left in the power play. Beniers breaks up that effort by Von Steenberg's. And this is going to do it right here. The puck's going to go all the way down. And that'll pretty much bring the power play to an end. As skating back to get it off the stick of Ventre is Mangiardi, who had the second goal, who put the Mammoths in this situation. So we're back to even strength. And we've been talking about it all afternoon, Jimmy. When we're at even strength, the East have dominated the game.
Yeah, the score would be 3-1 at even strength. The Mammoths scored their second goal up on the power play. But sort of offensively, the East definitely maintained most of the puck possession in the 5-on-5 throughout the first 40 minutes of this game.
Amherst doing a good job here of holding it in. Now Gilreath is going to send this one down into the corner. And we're going to have an offsides call there. Was waiting to see where the official was. I saw him come skating in, pointing at the blue line. So 18:27 to go here in the game. 3-2 Williams. East trying to hang on and take the top seed in the NESCAC playoffs, which will start next weekend. One thing we do know, the East will be at home here either way next Saturday. Skating behind the net with it, here's Verkirk. Battle along the near boards here. Verkirk has it dug out by Cooligan. Cooligan shot saved. Verkirk trying to get the puck cleared as Williams was trying to peck away and get a rebound opportunity. Puck played ahead here for Lloyd. Lloyd skates it in, the shot, and it's going to be smothered by Evan Russell. Big save there by Russell on the single-handed effort by Lloyd.
Yeah, nice save by Russell and a really good job of gobbling up the rebound to not let the streaking Connor Merrill come in on the second opportunity.
Face off to the right of Russell in the Williams zone. It's going to be controlled by the Mammoths. Mammoths will look to get organized here. Nice job going to the body there by Wolfenden for the East. And the puck's going to come out. East will clear out to center ice. It was Glover that played it. Shot fired in. Goes in wide, and that was a laser. Would have been a tough chance if Ventre had actually had to make that play.
Yeah, Van Bell teed one up there from the top of the circle.
Nice pass here for McCool. McCool skates it across the crease. He had Van Bell right there. Just couldn't get the stick on it.
Yeah, I don't think Van Bell was ready for a pass there. I think he thought McCool was going to take that one himself.
Carso plays it behind the net. Here is Carso up to the point for Christie. Now across for Cunningham. His shot was blocked. Karamanis with a second opportunity. Out of there with it comes Amherst carrying the puck out of there was Mangiardi. East bring it right back in. Here's Carso. Carso, centering pass. Karamanis couldn't get the shot on it. Fired in here by Christie. It was blocked in front. Now Wren. Wren clears it out. Going to be dumped in by Mangiardi. Amherst will look to change here. Coming up on 4 minutes into this third period, a 1-goal lead for Williams. Here comes Altman, and offsides is the call. So we'll have a face-off coming up here in the neutral zone. 16-12 to play, 3-2 Williams. So if the East are the number 1 seed, if they hang on to this one, they would play, it looks like, well, right now it'd be Connecticut College, maybe Tufts. And if they were the number 2 seed, it looks like it would be Bowdoin at this point. But, of course, all of today's action has to be complete first. Shot fired in. That was von Steenberg's. Amherst coming with a lot of pressure here early in this third period. East have had their chances as well. Been a pretty balanced period here in the first 4+ minutes. And an offsides call, albeit a late offsides call.
A little unlucky there for Julian Detmer. The puck sort of bounced off of the Amherst Mammoths defenseman and caused him to go offsides. But yeah, like you mentioned, the third period has been a little bit more back and forth. Probably more so than the first 2 periods so far.
So off the face-off, controlled by Williams. Here's Jack Forrest, tried to get it over to Cooligan. Cooligan had it taken away there by Verkirk. And now with it, here comes Schultz. Nice job by Wolf, and then again going to the body there for Williams. Puck up against the wall on the far side. Here's von Steenbergs, fires one in, and covering it up is going to be Russell with 15:11 to play.
It's Russell's 21st save so far throughout this game. He's looked strong so far. The 2 goals he let up, one was on the power play, a tough screen on the earlier, or the first goal for the Mammoths.
Williams will control. Here's Eckerly, plays it down the wall. Backhanded out by Gilreath. And now Pitts sends it down in for Amherst. Shot fired in. Russell the save. Bounced in front. Covers it. And now bodies start to get pushing and shoving right in front.
It looks like Russell came a foot or so outside the crease to make that save. Really trying to gobble up the rebound chance and not let Amherst tie this game in the third period.
Order has been restored down in front of the Williams net. 14:49 to play. A 1-goal lead. The East took the 1-0 lead in the first period on the Tyler Scott wrister. Took the 2-0 lead on a Nico Karamanis goal. And the second, Amherst got a power play goal by Patrick Daly to get within 2-1. The East went back up 3-1 on Scott's second goal. And then it was Matteo Mangiardi who got Amherst back within a goal. And heavy pressure now by the Mammoths here. That was Mangiardi. Passes it outside for Schultz. Now Wren plays it behind the net for Gilreath. Gilreath puts on the brakes, leaves it for Wren. East having a hard time clearing it out of their own end right here. Almost came out. Gilreath able to hold it in. Slides the pass out. Shot right across. Gilreath couldn't get the shot off. Another shot fired in. This one by Chris Berg. And finally, maybe the East are going to have a chance to clear here as Amherst will change. Chris Berg, though, gets the stick on it. Now Carso battling there with P.J. Conlon. Here's Chris Berg. Cross ice pass for Gilreath. Back for Chris Berg. Chris Berg's going to play it ahead for Daly. Daly sends it ahead for Bondra, but it was intercepted by the East and picked up in the neutral zone there by Conlon. Amherst certainly stepping it up here with 13 minutes to play, trying to get the tying goal. Here's Daly. Daly pulls it out, and the shot fired in by McGonigal, and the glove save by Russell with 12:59 to play.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of chances here for Amherst over the last several minutes. The Eves struggling to break the puck out of their zone and maintain possession through the neutral zone. If this keeps up, Amherst is going to have more good chances to possibly tie this game.
That shot was blocked in front as McGonigal wanted to let it go. Good job there by Summers. And offsides, the call. Lost upon the fact that Williams is trying to wrap up the number 1 seed in the NESCAC playoffs here is the fact that Amherst has a lot to play for. They're in a 3-way tie for 4th place. They'd like to be at home for the opening round. So, they've got something at stake here as well.
Yeah, absolutely. With a win, you earn the opportunity as Amherst to host that first game in the NESCAC tournament, which is just a huge opportunity.
Here's Cooligan. Tried to send one across for Forrest, just a little bit too out in front. Here's Von Steenbergs. Von Steenberg's racing out with it. Summers tries to poke it away. Still going is Von Steensberg. Passes off to his right. We're racing in there. It looked like he had Lupo with him. It's going to be played around behind the net. Once again, Amherst looking to come with the pressure. Shot in front. Kicked away there by Russell. It's going to be dumped down in behind Ventre. This is the least we've had to say Ventre's name all day. Skating it in there for Amherst was Pitts. He gets tied up in the corner with Miles Cunningham. Battle to dig it out of there. Out to the point here for Gilreath, excuse me. Nice shot in front. Nice backhand attempt. Wren tried to fire it in. It was blocked by Tyler Scott. Sticks are flying. Parts are flying all over the ice out there. Here's Wren out to the point. Now Gilreath. Gilreath sends it in. Lots of traffic in front. Peter Christie looks to poke it out. And the East will carry it out of there. But a nice hit gives the puck back to Amherst. And now the steal here. Here come the East. Few opportunities here so far in this third period for Williams. Here's Carso. Carso wanted to play it back out to the point for Wolfenden, but Wren with the intercept. Chrisberg almost had it taken off his stick there. Wolfenden couldn't quite get the stick on it. Here's Lupo. Lupo, one of the top scorers for this Amherst team. Here's Von Steenbergs. Coming up on the midway point. Still parts of broken sticks out there on the ice.
Yeah, I believe it was Tyler Scott's stick when he dove down for the block. I think it got snapped in half on the shot.
One thing we haven't mentioned here today, and I made sure I was going to make a point to talk about it, is today is the 40th anniversary of Miracle on Ice. The United States winning the gold medal at Lake Placid, New York. Only a stone's throw away from my home, only a less than 2-hour trip. Been to Lake Placid a few times, not of course during the 80 Olympics, but I could have. I was a teenager at the time, but one of those moments in sports that you just never forget.
Absolutely. Phenomenal movie, Miracle on Ice.
Oh, absolutely. Here's Daly. Daly across the blue line is going to dump one in on Russell. Russell covers it up easily. 9:59 to go in the game. Eves holding on to a 3-2 lead, but the Mammoths have been really all over the place here, really putting the pressure on in the third period.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked throughout the first period about how dominant the Eves were in the shots department, but it's back to almost equal now. The Mammoths with 28 shots and the East with 32 overall in this game so far, so definitely it seemed to sort of level out a little bit.
Face-off here in the neutral zone is going to be controlled by Amherst. That was Patrick Daly. Now here come the Eves. Shot out of the reach of the glove of Ventre off the stick of Jack Forrest. This one's going to be dumped down by P.J. Conlon. It's going to be an icing call. So we'll have a face-off in the Amherst zone. It looks like it's going to be to the right of Giancarlo Ventre. P.J. Conlon on the draw against Tyler Scott. And Amherst will control the face-off. Gilreath passes it across to McGonigal. And we're going to have another icing call here.
Just a quick check-in on the Trinity Wesleyan game. Wesleyan was able to score early in the third period, and so now it's a 2-1 lead for the Trinity Bantams. So possibly some help for the Eefs if Wesleyan can continue to score throughout their third period of that game.
Off the draw, it's controlled by Amherst. Verkirk plays it ahead. Picked up in the corner by Lloyd. Lloyd gets knocked against the boards there by Wolfenden. Wolfenden with the pass out for, looks like Tyler Scott. Scott puts on the brakes, tries to send it down for Eckerly, but it was picked off there by Mitchell Schultz. Now carrying it out for Amherst. It is Chris Berg, it looked like. He got put into the boards. Under 9 minutes to play. Puck popped up through the neutral zone. Picked up here by Karamanis. Put it off the side of the net. Comes right back to Nico. Nico's going to play it behind for Van Bell. But picking it up there was Schultz for Amherst. And now Verkirk's going to play it down the far side boards. It's going to be played in behind the net where Michael Armstrong will pick it up for the Eefs. Von Steenbergs plays it along behind the boards. It's going to be picked up by Rushell. Coming up on 8 minutes to play. Eefs have played a lot of defense here in this third period, to the credit of the Mammoths.
Yeah, absolutely. The Eefs have been on their heels the entire third period. Amherst is really dominating all the pressure. Their forecheck has been very strong this third period.
Mangiardi sends it in behind the net. Von Steenbergs waiting at the point. They can't get it to him. Now he's going to skate in. Puck behind the net. Eefs now look to clear. They've got a 3-on-2 if they go quickly. Here's Altman. Altman skates it in. It was blocked and goes up into the netting. Is getting the stick on it there was Noah Gilreath.
Yeah, nice stick work by Noah Gilreath to get in front of that shot by Altman. Looks like the Eefs may have had a chance there with a possible 3-on-2 opportunity. But regardless, it's going to be a face-off to the left of Ventre.
On the face-off, it'll be Jack Forrest for the Eefs. P.J. Conlon for Amherst. It's going to be controlled by the Mammoths. They've done a great job. I'd like to see the percentage on the face-offs being won, as Amherst seems to have dominated in that part of the game. Conlon plays it off to his right for Daly. Now McGonigal. But the puck's going to go up into the Amherst bench area. So we'll have another face-off with 7:11 to go. Still 3-2 Williams. But they've been under heavy pressure here in the period. Off the face-off, Armstrong tries to send it down the boards. McGonigal got it. And here comes Daly. Daly tried the cross-ice pass, but it was intercepted. Here comes Altman. Altman skates in, the backhanded try, and it was pinned underneath. They've already blown it dead. The puck might have still been loose, and now we've got a hit as behind the plate Tyler Scott goes down as Verkirk laid the hit after the whistle on Tyler Scott. And we'll see what's going to transpire here. Looks like one thing's going to happen. That's going to be Verkirk going to the box.
Yeah, looks like Verkirk was frustrated at the Eefs skaters going in and trying to dig that puck that didn't seem to be super secured under Ventre. Really nice move by Altman, I believe, to try to go 5-hole on Ventre, and that puck may not have been fully secured, which is I think why the Eefs skaters were trying to go and dig that out. A sort of a point to which Ventre took a little bit of an issue with.
So 6:55 to go. The Eves are going to go on the power play as Ventre goes in the box, and that's going to be huge for Williams here.
Verkerk.
Or Verkerk, I
Yes.
should say, not Ventre. Here's Chris Berg along the corner. Now he gets help from Von Steenbergs. Van Bell and Carso trying to dig it out there for the Eves. Karamanis gets it out to the point. Played off the wall by McCool, right back to Karamanis. Now out to the top for McCool, lets it go, finds Altman, the rebound, they score! Matt Carso with the finish off the rebound, and it's a 2-goal game once again. The Eves score off the power play.
Mac Carso in the right place at the right time for the Eves on the power play. Juicy puck for him right at the top of the slot, and he was able to bury the slap shot over the glove of Ventre.
So the penalty to Verkerk comes back to bite Amherst. And it's now a 2-goal game, and the Mammoths are going to have work to do here with 6:16 to go after the goal by Mac Carso, and he's had an outstanding freshman year.
Yeah, as we mentioned last week, he was the NESCAC Player of the Week with 3 goals in the weekend versus Middlebury, including the overtime winner.
So Amherst now has to really start the press. Here's the goal call. Nick Altman with the assist. So Matt Carso from Altman, and it's a 2-goal lead once again for the Eves. Behind the net it goes. McGonagall's going to go over and play it. He gets pressure from Van Bell. Van Bell comes away with the puck. Centering pass right in front, and Carso does it again. Matt Carso off the pass from Nick Van Bell, and the floodgates are opening here at the Chap.
Great vision by Van Bell to find Carso coming off the bench for his second goal in just a few minutes.
So Carso adding to that first-year goal total with 2. I don't even know if it was minutes. We'll get the official. Might have been seconds apart. I don't think it made it to a minute. Give a lot of credit, though, to Nick Van Bell, working hard to dig that puck out. Came from behind the net, and the nice set out for Carso, who got the finish.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be Van Bell's 13th assist of the season and Carso's 8th and 9th goals for his freshman year.
Here come the Eves again. Altman puts on the brakes, now plays it to Detmer. Goes underneath the stick of Detmer, where Chris Berg will chase it down for Amherst. Chris Berg gets it to Conlon. Conlon up over the head of Daly, who got the hit there from Detmer. Scoops it out through the neutral zone. Von Steenbergs picks it up behind the net, now plays it for Chris Berg. Chris Berg across the blue line, plays it off the wall. Eves will dump it down in. It's going to be picked up by Von Steensberg. 4:35 to go in the game. Skating it in here is Schultz. Schultz goes behind the net, might have been looking for the wraparound. McGonigal was waiting for it at the left point. Shot fired in by Gilreath. So we're down to 4:23 to go. Big crowd here at the Chap today, rooting on these Eves. Busy day on campus, as it always seems to be here in Williamstown. But women's basketball with a first-round NESCAC playoff game, and that has gone final as they defeat Trinity 65-56. So the Eve women on the hardwood will move on to the Final Four, which, barring an upset, would be at Tufts next weekend. Swimming, the NESCAC Men's Swimming Championships going on here for the third day of 4. And then, of course, this hockey game. But I'm impressed with the packed house here on the Williams side at Lansing Chapman Rink. Here's Gilreath. Gilreath's going to play this one ahead to Aaron Jones. Here's Karamanis. Backhands it along the boards. Gilreath picks it up. Heavy pressure from Tyler Scott. Scott's going to collect it, skate around, look for an opening, fires it straight across. Summers looking to pick it up on the backside, but he has it taken away there by Goldstein. Played in behind the net. Here's Gilreath. Wyatt Glover battles it away from him. Now Summers. And here's McGonigal. Tries to clear it out to the neutral zone, but the Eves are right there, and this one's going to pop up over the Williams bench and out of play. So we'll have a face-off coming up in the neutral zone with 3:13 to play. So barring a turnaround of unbelievable dimensions here, the East will be hosting the NESCAC tournament as long as they're in the tournament. Now, you can't say they're hosting the Final Four because the first things first, they've got to take care of whoever the 8th seed will be next weekend.
Absolutely, but it's still a really big advantage for the potential for them to go to the finals. It would be back here at Lansing Chapman Rink for every game, like you mentioned, that they'd be playing.
Especially given the fact that they have lost both times to Trinity and Hamilton.
Yeah, maybe they can take advantage of a little bit of the home crowd. Hopefully the same energy will be here throughout the playoffs as well.
Forrest going to drop it back here for Beniers. Had Altman skating into the crease, and now a little activity behind the play, between I should say Beniers and Von Steenbergs. And looks like it's going to be Von Steenbergs that's going off for the roughing call with 2:37 to go.
Yeah, I think they're gonna put both players in the box here.
Yep.
The emotions are definitely running high. Obviously, the Amherst-Williams rivalry goes back for a long way, but the 2 goals by Carso in roughly 40 seconds has definitely opened up the score on this game, and you can understand sort of why these players are feeling those emotions at the moment.
Beniers was he was doing the old point job. That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Had his finger up over the head of Von Steenbergs going, he did it. But they'll both end up in the penalty box.
Yes.
Double minors here.
So we'll have 4-on-4 action for the next 2 minutes.
The draw is going to be controlled by McGonigal. Plays it ahead for Wren. Wren across center ice, across the blue line. Carries it into the Williams zone.
2 minutes for roughing. Amherst College penalty to number 11, Peter on Steinbergs. 2 minutes for roughing.
So there it is, the official announcement of the penalties. Gilreath sends it in behind the net. Jack McCool's there to collect it, play it back out to the point. Tyler Scott with the backhand pass. East coming out in this 4-on-4 situation. Wren's going to skate back and get it. We'll have the icing call here. 2 minutes to play here in Williamstown. The East with a 5-2 lead, looking to wrap up the number 1 seed in the NESCAC playoffs, and the extra skater coming on here with 2 minutes to go in a 5-2 game. A little surprising to me being you're down 3 goals, but Amherst, nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah, I don't hate the decision. You got to play to win the game.
McGonigal fires one wide. And did the puck go up out of play? Busted went up in the netting. So the East have an open net right in front of us. They want to put a little frosting on the cake here with 1:49 to go. Still 1:13 to go on the double minors. McGonigal for Gilreath. P.J. Conlon. McGonigal lets it go, and the save by Rushell.
Yeah, nice glove save by Rushell there. McGonigal teed one up on the one-time slap shot at the top of the right circle.
Face off in the Williams zone to the left of Rushell. Controlled by Amherst. McGonigal. A little back and forth with Gilreath and McGonigal. Here is Gilreath. I believe that might be Bondra that's out there on the far side wing. With Daly. This is Bondra up top. Back to Bondra. Slides one for, I believe, Daly. Right in front. Poked away there by Kaharski. Got to give Amherst a lot of credit. In this 4-on-4, they're doing a great job of working the puck. Finally, the East get a chance here. The open net, but nice job getting back by McGonigal to break that up. East get it back. They'll fire one toward the open net, and it goes wide. off the stick of Nico Karamanis. And we'll have a face-off coming up in the Williams zone with 46.2 to play.
And 9 seconds to go on the roughing, the matching roughing minors. So 9 seconds, we'll have a 6-on-5. Still with the Mammoths a man up as Ventry has been pulled.
Shot fired in there by Verkerk. Off the mark. Puck behind the net, now to the corner. Now both Tyler Scott and also Von Steensberg's coming out of the penalty box. We're back to, well, not equal strength because still no goalie here. As you said, a 6-on-5, Jimmy. The Eves have not been able to get a good look so far at the open net, to a credit to the Mammoths. Here they're going to fire one down, but it's going to be knocked down nicely there by Chris Berg.
Tyler Scott going for the hat trick there.
He was. Here's Verkerk. Verkerk plays it ahead. Final seconds ticking down, and there it is. All zeros on the clock. And Williams College will be the #1 seed in the NESCAC Men's Hockey Championship Tournament. And what a great comeback after a disappointing 3-2 loss to Hamilton. This team was a different team right out of the gate, and they come away with the big 5-2 win.
Yeah, absolutely. They set the tone for the whole game at the start of the first period. 2 big goals by Tyler Scott, 2 big goals by Mac Carso. A really solid performance by the freshman goaltender Evan Rushell with 28 saves tonight. Overall, very impressive performance by the Eves, and they earned that number one seed for the NESCAC championship.
Nico Karamanis also with a goal in there for Williams to go along with the 2 from Carso and also the 2 from Tyler Scott. Those 2 from Carso that were just less than a minute apart, seconds apart, really turned the complexion of this game. I mean, it was a 3-2 game. Carso got the first goal off the power play, came right back, got another one, and suddenly the game was really out of reach for the Mammoths, given the time remaining at that point in time.
Yeah, absolutely. The first year from Chicago, Illinois has had an awesome season so far. Those 2 goals that he scored this afternoon put him up to 11 points so far this season for the Eves as they head into the playoffs.
So it could have turned disastrous after the, not really disastrous because they still would have been a #2 seed. Nothing wrong with that. But it could have turned a way they didn't want it to go with that loss last night to Hamilton. But Wesleyan with the upset gave the East to come back and redeem themselves today. And they do just that as they take the 5-2 win here over Amherst. So the East will be 13-5 overall. 16-7-1 overall, 13-5 in the conference, and that will give them the #1 seed in the NESCAC playoffs. Amherst drops to 9-11-4 overall, 7-8-3 in the conference, and likely they'll drop out of that tie for the 4th spot. Wesleyan also losing last we checked, and still are losing. So Middlebury, if they win, they would be able to take that #4 spot. And wouldn't that be something if the East win their first round game and Middlebury wins theirs, and we have a rematch of that great overtime game here in a couple of weeks in the NESCAC semifinals? That'd be fun. So the East win at 5-2. That's going to wrap it up from Lansing Chapman Rink. The East, the #1 seed in the NESCAC Men's Hockey Tournament with their win here today. For our producer and cameraman, Martin Fillion, for my partner here, Jimmy Delano, I'm Keith Harrington saying so long from Williamstown. This has been NESCAC Men's Hockey on the Northeast Sports Network.